Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. The action has already started.
Well, if you're looking for a match winner, Peter, look no further.
Lionel Messi, the great genius himself. It felt almost unfair at times, didn't it, the way he just seemed to sweep the opposition aside. Even traditional bogey teams were just powerless to resist him when he was on his game.
Yeah, and I remember one game against the boys from Madrid when that famous front three were simply unplayable. They each scored a goal, with Messi grabbing the last one to put the icing right on the cake.
Irwin. Aimed beyond the defence. And that pass just didn't quite work. Rashford. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Puyol, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Doku. Linton, and it's Neymar, and that interception was most necessary. Pedri, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Zanetti. Linton tries making a foray down the right. That looks a good ball through. He is through here. Chance! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Zanetti. Doku. To Messi. Can he get on the end of this? Doku gets into some space. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Beckenbauer. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. He's in space and looking for options. No, he's not getting past him there. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's Linton. Linton! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Zanetti. And here's Doku. Beckenbauer. Robertson. Linton. Gnabry is looking to influence the game from out wide. And it's Neymar. Rummenigge receives it in a good position here. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Robertson. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Rijkaard. Irwin. Can he get it through? Olise. Olise going face-to-face with his great rival. Now the delivery. And that has been knocked clear. Taken back almost at once. Oh, nice touch. Olise proves just a little bit too strong. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Rijkaard. And it's Joelinton. And he thumps it clear. Baresi. And a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Rummenigge has been caught there, it's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Irwin with a real chance here.
He's got to have a go at this, and it looks straightforward.
Olise! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Araujo, a player who needs no introduction. Now, can they get him away? Gordon! Oh, that's fabulous. And a chance! What a wonderful goal!
And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the break, but dispirits the opposition too, and sets up a decent chance to go on and finish this game to their liking now.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now there's a fine ball. Olise. Joelinton. Rashford. And they can counter here. And that'll be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Merci à tous d'accueillir nos joueurs.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Gnabry. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Rashford will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Pedri. Here's Doku. And it's Pedri. Oh, good spread. Gnabry has it in a wide position. Rashford. Neymar. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, chasing the game, trailing by one. Gnabry. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Gnabry with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread.
Now it's Olise. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Pinches it off him. Beckenbauer. Just about up to the hour now. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Irwin. Linton. Robertson. And it's Neymar. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Now it's Gordon. Baresi. Rashford is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Gnabry. And it's Rijkaard. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He has found a way through. Linton. Neymar. For Rashford. Rummenigge. Doku. Le Havre looking to pass their way through. Zanetti. Now it's Messi. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Le Havre surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Now it's Messi. Beckenbauer. Olise. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Spread it left. Now it's Doku. He is just caressing the ball. Messi tries a deft little ball. Goes for a shot! They've done it! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Simplicity itself.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
Le numéro 10. Pour le
The
remplacer,
Arf are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Linton. And it's Neymar. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Oh, good-looking ball. Doku. Pedri. Pedri. For
temps
Messi.
additionnel, 1 minute.
Just eases him off the ball. Great vision. It's a threatening ball. And there goes the final whistle. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. So what do you take away from it all, Jim? Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Chance, surely! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation.
Rummenigge! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
That is ended up in no man's land. Rafinha. Olise chooses to go cross-field, and it's Rashford. And it's Rijkaard. For Linton, nicely spread. Now it's Olise, showing good feet. Now it's Neymar. This looks promising. Oh, good-looking ball.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Rafinha. Well, both starting the game at a pretty... And he's had a hit! And that has fair fizzed. Rashford. Looking for the run. Played into space out wide. Rijkaard. Tonali. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. And Koundé. Now it's Rafinha. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Rashford will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well, that looks a decent chance for a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Tries to pass it through.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Well read, and the danger is averted. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And here's Rashford. Shot a goal! And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Neymar chooses to go back. Played back.
Well, to be honest, I think I would have done that too.
Real chance! Rijkaard. Schlotterbeck. And it's Cannavaro. Howson. 30 minutes gone. Rafinha going face-to-face with his great rival. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Olise, brilliantly cut out. Valverde. Rafinha, now looking to orchestrate a counter. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Cannavaro. Now Schlotterbeck. Looking for options for movement. He's got away. And Marmouche!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
No way through. Rafinha. Rafinha. Good driving run. Takes a shot! Worth a try, but not this time.
Tonali really needed everything to come together then at the precise moment. Not easy.
Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Now it's Tonali. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Rashford. That's going right the way across. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Marmouche. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Olise. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And we hit half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So there was the first half.
A very entertaining half, Peter. The game's being played at a really good intensity. It's been open. It's been quite end-to-end, and I think the crowd are really immersing themselves into this, and I just hope we get...
And the finish! He's done very well to get to that.
Rummenigge is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. They've played it short. And this isn't their chance! Knocks it into space. And the flag has stayed down. Joelinton! It's off target and by quite a way.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Valverde engages and forces him off the ball. Turns and goes. Can he finish? Goal! The breakthrough strike. How do you look back on that goal?
Well, I thought once he got the first part of it right by getting his knee over the ball, it was always likely to be drilled very low, and so it proved.
So we have the first goal.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Rashford, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Now it's Joelinton. Oh, such a clever touch. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
That is a great pick out. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Joelinton. Joelinton! No, not quite.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. And that's a simple one for the keeper. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Beckenbauer. Your impression so far, Jim?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Little pass back.
Modern football for you, and all that pressing.
Can he get it through?
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And a chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? One behind for a goal kick. Robertson is always looking to play quality balls. Joelinton. And that is a little undercooked. That is good strength. Can he get on the end of this? And the shot! Oh, it rattles the bar. Cannavaro clears it away, and he's certainly onside here. Neymar plays it. Up he goes! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
So, third corner of the game. Irwin plays it short. Backward it goes. He's having a shot! So close to drawing level.
That was extremely good focus from the keeper, and it could turn out to be quite a significant moment.
Corner number 4 coming up here. Irwin goes short. Rashford with the cross.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
He's had it nicked away. Quality ball. Opts for safety. Rijkaard. Lovely pass, but can he get there? The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Rashford, there he goes, motoring forward.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Rijkaard gets a foot in here. Oh, no joy this time. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Howson is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. And it's Rashford. Threads one in. And this is Neymar. Could have here their final chance.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
No way through, so back it shoots! And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that.